everyone, it's time for story time. And this week, my special guest is a very, very large toad called a marine toad. So these guys are also called cane toads, and they're normally from Central and South America. Unfortunately, they're also an invasive species in Florida, Australia, and on lots of islands around the world. See, marine toads are a very, very large toad that like to eat a lot of different things. You can see by their large body size and by their large mouth, if you calm down, that they can eat just about anything. In fact, they're the only known adult toad that will eat plant matter. Usually that's left up to tadpoles, and carrion, which is dead animals. Not a lot of animals will do that. Most toads rely on animals that are moving to kind of get their attention, so they're always looking for movement, and then they'll go after and eat it. These guys will eat things that are stationary. But they were introduced all over the world to try and help with invasive insects. Well, it turns out a lot of those times, they didn't want to eat those insects, they wanted to eat everything else. They're very powerful, as you saw. He kind of kicked his way out of my hand. I don't like to hold them too tightly because I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I'm trying to make them feel okay being sitting in my hand. But very, very large. This one is the size of my hands, probably a male. Females can actually get larger. They get about the size of a softball or so. They are adapted to a lot of different environments. They still enjoy tropical style environments, but they adapted very well to Florida and to Australia. And when I was in Panama, we found these guys way, way up near the tops of some of the mountains we were hiking, where we didn't see any other amphibians. It's getting a little irritated trying to call, but that's okay. He's starting to calm down a little. Now, especially here in your south, you're trying to figure out whether these guys are an American toad, a southern toad, or the cane toad. And you notice by these huge glands. This is the dead giveaway that it's a marine toad. These glands are bigger than they are in most toads, and they go down the sides. Whereas on your southern toads and your American toads, it's just going to kind of be straight back from the eye and a little bit smaller. So they're pretty cool toad. We sell them here at the store as pets, and sometimes it's kind of weird to think that something that's an invasive animal somewhere else could actually be a pet in another area. But they do make pretty cool pets. You just have to have the right setup for them. I always like the way toads look because to me they always look like they're frowning. He just looks like he's a grump all the time. So on that note, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get to reading our book. Have to get all the dirt off my hands. Do you want to calm down? How about we sit you like this? Put your leg up. Put your other leg up. No? How about that way? Is that a little bit better? Okay, I think that's better. So, you also may have recognized these guys from Harry Potter. So, kind of a cool toad. And we're going to read a cool story called Just a Little Bit by Ann Tompert. So here we go. I'm going to try to make it so I can hold up the pages and still hold up Mr. Marine Toad here so everybody can keep a good look at him. So Just a Little Bit by Ann Tompert. Elephant and Mouse were in the park playing on the slides and swings. Elephant said, "Let's try the seesaw." Elephant sat down side of the seesaw. Mouse climbed to the very edge of the upside, but nothing happened. "Push down," urged Elephant. "Push down." Mouse pushed down against the board as hard as he could. Still nothing happened. Along came Giraffe. "Let me help you," she said. Giraffe walked up the board and sat next to Mouse. Nothing happened. Elephant's end of the seesaw stayed on the ground. Mouse's end stayed in the air. My friend is so squirmy right now. Hey. I know. You're getting all huffy and puffy with me. But this is a short story this week, so let's go ahead and get through our story. So everybody can go to bed after this, and you can go back to your bed. How about that? Okay, we left off with giraffe. You need just a little bit more help, said zebra, trotting up the seesaw, and nothing happened. Elephant still stayed on the ground. Mouse still stayed in the air. We need just a little bit more help, said zebra, trotting up the seesaw, and nothing happened. Oh, sorry, I already read that page. It's been a long, long day. Let's go on to the next page. It's okay to make mistakes. That's why I only do one shot of these videos, to show you guys that everybody makes mistakes, and it's okay. Just take a deep breath, we laugh it off, and we move on. So, you need just a little bit more help, said Lion, and he pranced up the seesaw, and nothing happened. Everyone together now, urged Elephant. Push down. Mouse, giraffe, zebra, and lion pushed down with all their might, and nothing happened. But then a crowd had gathered to watch. I need just a little bit more help, Elephant called out to them. Let me see what I can do, said Bear. As he lumbered up the seesaw toward them, mouse, giraffe, zebra, and lion grunted and groaned and grimaced as they pressed down the board with every last bit of their breath. And nothing happened. Oh no, moaned the crowd. Who will help me just a little bit more, Elephant called out to the crowd. How about me, said Crocodile. And me, said Mongoose. I'll join the party, called Monkey from the banana tree overhead. She swung down on the ostrich's back. Crocodile, Mongoose, Monkey, and Ostrich climbed onto the seesaw one at a time. And nothing happened. Oh no, moaned the crowd again. He'll never get off the ground, said someone in the crowd. Push down, urged Elephant. Mouse, giraffe, zebra, lion, bear, crocodile, mongoose, monkey, and ostrich grunted and groaned and grimaced as they all pushed down the board as hard as they could. And nothing happened. They'll never do it, said someone in the crowd. Let's go. The onlookers had started to move away when a small brown beetle flew down from the sky. For a moment, it hovered above the seesaw. Then it flew straight to Mouse and landed on his head. Down, down to the ground went Mouse and the rest of the animals. Every little bit helps, Elephant trumpeted from the top of the seesaw. Hooray, 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 cheered the crowd. With Elephant on one side and Mouse, giraffe, zebra, lion, bear, crocodile, mongoose, monkey, ostrich, and the small brown beetle on the other, they all went up and down, while a crowd cheered and clapped. The end. So I think that was a pretty cool story that kind of says, no matter how little you are, you can actually make a very, very big difference. Kind of like this toad here. He may seem kind of toad. He is a toad. He may seem kind of toad. He may seem kind of tiny, but he makes a big difference in everywhere he's at. This is why we have to be careful of invasive species. So this is why we try not to transport animals where they're not supposed to go. This is why we don't release animals if we don't want them anymore. And this is why we try to be sustainable in all aspects of our life. So we'll give our toad his close-up because he's getting grumpy. Toads always have that grumpy face. Do you see yourself? Do you not care? I'll show you how big he is again. And one more close-up. I love that grumpy face. So, hope you enjoyed it and have a good night.